marketing objectives and strategy. So we're going to Boston Matrix and product portfolio. The point is this: a business would have different products in place that it wants to sell. But you can't continue to look at this product. There's going to be a time you have to measure the success of this product. To measure the success of this product, you need a product Boston Matrix. It allows you to know the categories in which your products are. So is your product doing well compared to those of your competitors, or is lagging behind? How are you going to be able to know? You can only know through your Boston Matrix. That's why we have Boston Matrix. So what is product portfolio itself? The different products a business puts together that it's ready to sell. It is product portfolio. Do we get product portfolio here?
Yes.
The menu of all the products a business could display as it is. That's what we call product portfolio. Do we get product portfolio? Do we get it or not? We call it product portfolio because this is what the business produces. Different kind of products the business is producing that it's ready to sell or that it's selling in the market is called the product portfolio. Sometimes a business might have the same products but with different maybe colors or taste. They are called product line. They could still be products for portfolio. What I'm saying is this: like we have Apple. Apple has iPhone 10 Max or 11 Max and the rest. So when you put all these products together, you put them in the market. How are they compared to those of its competitors?
Different sizes, different colors.
Yeah, so that's product line. They are the same product but different size, different color. They are the same products but they have different colors or taste or size. But they are the same. They are still part of product portfolio.
So they're the same one.
They are the same, yeah. So as soon as a business starts thinking about managing its product, because it's going to be based on the revenue it makes. So if the revenue is not coming in, you need to check what happens with the market. So there are two things that happens in the market. There's the market growth itself and the market share. So these two things you combine together to bring about Boston Matrix. So for Boston Matrix, it's about what our product does in the market compared to those of our competitors and the kind of market our product is in. There's a product in the market. How is your product in that market and how is that market doing with your product? So those are the two things we need to compare. Do you get the point I'm making here?
Yes.
There's a product that has to be sold in the market and there's a market waiting for the products to come in. So what happens with that market? How big or small is that market? How big or small is your product in that market? That is the analysis about product portfolio. So we're going to start with the Boston Matrix. I wrote, it is a portfolio management which categorizes the product into dog, cash cow, star, and question mark. So for Boston Matrix, we have the market growth and the relative market share. We already talked about market share in the last class. We said market share is the total, stop right in place. Market share is your total brand sale divided by your total market share, sale multiplied by 100. So what you sell, the percentage of what you sell in that whole market is your market share. And for growth, we're talking about the potential the market has. Is it a market that is going to grow out over time or there's no potential in that market? For example, the educational industry or the educational market of Libya, it has the potential to grow further because some 7 years ago it wasn't like this. So what makes the market to grow? A lot of firms or businesses coming into that market expands the market. Do you understand what growth means here? Do you understand what growth means here?
Yeah.
So I'm taking an example. I'm using the educational industry as an example because you guys are witnessing it. You are there. You see it already. We have countless of schools. And the tendency of it continuing to grow is there because it wasn't like this some few years back. So the educational industry has the potential to grow. Do you understand market growth here?
Yes.
So how is the market going to be over time? That is the potential it has. So we go with the market growth, which I explained, the market share I explained. So we go to the Boston Matrix itself. We have the stars, the question marks, the cash cows, and the dots. We're going to start with the stars. Why do we call them stars? We call them stars because they have high market share and they're in a market that has a potential to grow. So the market itself has a tendency to expand. And the product itself is top in the market. That's why it's a star. Do you understand what a star is here? Do we get what a star is in please? We call it a star because, sit down properly please. We call it a star because the product is in a market that has the potential to grow. It has a high potential to grow. At the same time, the product has a higher market share.
Because both of them are prices.
So the market it is in is a market that has potential to grow. The product itself has the largest market share or has a high market share. Because the market share you have talks about the numbers of customers you have. So if you are having higher market share, it means a lot of customers are not buying from your competitors, they buy from you. That is what market share is about. So if your product has a high market share in a market that has a potential to grow, we call it a star. Do you understand what a star is? You're comparing with those of your competitors. That is the point. You won't know if your product is a star or not if you are not comparing with competitors. So how are your competitors doing in the market? How are their products compared to yours? Similar products here. You don't compare products that are not the same. You have to compare products that are similar. Do we understand? Do you understand what a star is now? Good. Then we have a question mark. Why do we call it a question mark? We call it a question mark or a problem child because the product is supposed to have a high market share based on the fact that the market is growing, but the product is having a low market share in a market that has a potential to grow. So there's a question, isn't it? Isn't there a question now?
It's real.
The product is supposed to have a high market share, but it's having a low one in a market that has potential. If the market has potential, it means you should be able to sell. But why are you not selling then? Something is wrong with the product. That's why it's a question mark. Do you understand what the question mark is here?
Yes.
So before we go further, a star product has high market share. It is profitable. But for you to remain, for you to be able to hold on to that market share, you still need to invest more. You invest more in equipment, in machinery, so that you don't lose your customers to those that are coming behind you. Because there's not always going to be a permanent champion. You only have a defending champion. Do we get the point I'm making here? We don't have a permanent one. So the champion today is not going to be the champion tomorrow. Because people are coming behind you. But what you could do is, for you to maintain your position, you have to invest more on yourself or on your products. Do you understand the stars here?
Yes.
Stars can remain what they are if investment continues to be on them. And they have the possibility to invest further because the return on stars are high. They make more profits. Do we understand stars? Now the question mark, the problem child or the wild card. What do we do about this product? We don't just forget about this product because the product is in the market that has the potential to grow. So what do? We invest on them. We try to find out what the problem is about the child. What the problem is about the product. As soon as we are able to find it out, then we invest in it. As soon as we are able to do that and it's successful, it becomes a star. Do we get it?
So when it becomes successful, it becomes a star.
Yes. So a problem child or a wild card can still become a star if you do the right thing with it. Is it clear?
Yes.
Is star clear now?
It's high potential in the market.
Yeah, because it's in a market that has the potential to grow. It's just like students being in a school that has the potential for success.
So it's able to grow.
Yes, but it's not growing. That's why there's a question over it. Do you understand question mark?
Yes.
The next one, so, hello? Hello? The third one, cash cows. Why do we call them cash cows? Cash cows are businesses or products that in a market that has a low potential to grow, but they have the highest market share. They are profitable. They control the market. Though the market doesn't have the potential to grow, but they are still in charge. They are the champion there. Do you understand what cash cows are? Cash cows are products that has a high market share in a market that does not grow. A market that is not going to bring returns. That's why we call it cash cow. Do you understand cash cow? No, I'm going to explain again. We call them cash cows because they are doing well in the market, but the market is not a market that will grow.
What?
Because the market doesn't have the potential to grow.
Give me an
Example of cash cow. Wow, let's see. Let's say example of a cash cow. Let me put it this way. Let's say we have a school. You have a product. Okay, no, let's use the international. We don't use the international school. let's talk about special schools. For special schools, schools for people that have disability. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So if there's an industry for schools, we call it special industry, special educational industry. So let's say your product is part of them, your service is part of them, and special education industry is not going to grow because we have minority that are special. You are doing well, you have more students, but compared to other competitors, you have more. But it is not a market that has the potential to
So
grow.
the problem is not with the market, the problem is
It's a market because the market is the customers. The market is the customers. Don't you know?
yeah.
So the market for special education is not going to grow like international education. Is it going to grow like that? Because we have few special people.
Yeah.
That is a cash cow. Do you understand a cash cow now? Do you get it now, please? So what do you do with it? It's a cow. You can milk it. You can sell it because it has the potential. It is big in that market, but the market itself is not big. Please sit down properly. Sit down properly. It is big, but the market is not big.
Why?
Because it's a low market, it doesn't have a potential to grow, which I just explained now. We have the special education for people with disability, but we have few people with disability. So the market is not going to grow no matter what happens. Your business, your school might do well compared to others, but it is not going to grow like international
Or
schools.
So
Mr.
if
Cows,
them-
like everyone eats meat.
Cow. Here we're talking about the milk of the cow. The milk of the cow.
I thought you said cow.
Cash cow. We're going to milk it and you sell it.
Okay.
You'll be able to sell it because it's attractive. Do you get the point here? You are doing well out of others. So every now and then, you can be sold to make money. Do we get it or not? Hello, are you here? I'm talking to you, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Stop doing it.
Do you get the point I'm making or not? We call it a cash cow because we can simply milk it and make money out of it. Because it is attractive to potentials, to potential buyers.
So if the number of disabled people increases,
Hello, I could kick you out of this classroom.
What?
You don't ask me why. Do the right thing, that's it. Yes?
if the number of disabled people increases, it will be it will,
The numbers are not going to be as students in
Yeah,
international
I mean,
school. That is the point.
exactly.
But-
I mean, in case that if it happens, it will be a start, not a cash cow.
Sincerely, it has to be a star if the market has the potential to grow.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
know.
it doesn't, it's not.
Yeah.
So the point about cash cow, please get the point here. The point about cash cow is that a cash cow can be milked and be sold. It will still make sense because it's in a market that it is stopping it. The market is not growing, but it's stopping the market. Do you understand cash cow here? Then the last one is the dogs. For dogs, they have low market share in a market that does not have potential to grow. So those industry, those schools in the specialist school that are not having students like the cash cow, there's no point. You have to sell them off. There's no point continuing with that. It's a waste of investment. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Any question about stars, question mark, cash cow, and dogs? For question mark, they have the potential to grow if the right thing is done with them, because they are in a market that has the potential to grow. But for dogs, they cannot, because the market they have is a low market growth, and they're already having a low market share because the cash cow has everything with it. Is it clear?
Yes.